Good day everyone, I hope you are doing well. Another F1 vlog ahead of this 70th anniversary Formula 1 Grand Prix. I don't know if it's because we have a lot to talk about, or the weather, or the fifth race in 6 week. But I honestly feel like some kind of monkey on steroids today, speedy and everything. So I'll try to stay coherent and cohesive, but yeah, it's a weird one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So, like I said, a lot to talk about today, including Valtteri Bottas officially signing again with Mercedes. But first, let's start with the main topic since last week, the tire issue that both Mercedes and Carlos Sainz faced toward the end of the race. We feared that it might be something dangerous, that it could happen again. So Pirelli launched a 360 investigation on the issue to find out what happened. And the reason is actually quite simple. It's just that these cars are putting the tires under so much stress, more than ever before, and especially at Silverstone with those high-speed corners. And they just gave away because also of long stint. It's a mix of circumstances. Long stints with the safety car, and also the track temperature, the forces put it on those tires, and they were put to the limit, and this is what happened in the end. After looking at other cars' tire, they found on Verstappen's tire up to 50 cuts, just small little puncture-ish holes that the tire suffered because it was under so much stress. So in order to prevent that this week, especially since we have softer compounds, so they're going to degrade even faster, the FIA and the organizers are putting some extra curbs in at the exit of Beckett's, which is also where Kimi Raikkonen wing broke last week. So just in case that there would be some very small carbon fiber debris that could damage a tire, they are putting some extra curbs there to just be on the safe side. And I think it's going to be interesting this week, because considering that tire life will not be very high with softer compounds, you can really expect some 2 or maybe even 3 stop strategy this weekend. It's going to be hell for the strategists to figure it out, but it's gonna be great for us, the fans. And also, speaking of tires, this issue that Pirelli uncovered is not what is responsible also for Daniel Kvyat's accident. When you look at the replay from the back, you can see that Kvyat's rear tire deflated, and this is what caused his accident. But this is not because of tire weakness, like for the other 3, but just an entirely other issue, which is, you could say, related to the car. What happened is that his rim overheated, and this caused the protective layer of the tire that touches the rim to burn. And when it totally burned through, well, there was nothing to do. The tire only deflated, causing Kvyat's crash. But he will be looking at redemption this week. His teammates, Pierre Gasly, finishing 7th last week, just showed that the AlphaTauri have a very good pace at Silverstone, and that would be very cool to see them fighting on top again. Then, another very, very hot topic. Did we get subtle confirmation that Sebastian Vettel is going to Racing Point next year. Why, we ask? Well, two events occurred last week, one on TV and one off camera. If you watched the pre-race show, you might have seen in the pit lane Sebastian Vettel elbow bumping with Lawrence Stroll in the pit lane and looking at each other. And not just this polite, hey, hi, nice to see you, but really like buddy elbow bumping thing. And after the race, Sebastian Vettel climbing into team principal Otmar Zafnauer's car and leaving the track with him. These are two very intriguing events that happened the same day and that just put social media on fire, saying that yes, Vettel might actually be confirmed at Racing Point. It's only a question of time before we learn from it. It could be that they're not announcing it until Sergio Perez is back from his COVID-19 leave, by politeness for Sergio. These are all speculations, but it does look quite intriguing. And my personal opinion on that is that yes, I think Vettel will be going to Racing Point next year, or Aston Martin, you can call it. At some point even one of Red Bull's sponsor was Aston Martin, and it still is for this year. So maybe Vettel does have some small ties with the British brand. Flying pretty low here, that's cool. Finally seeing some planes. So it is definitely a hot topic. During the interviews today, Vettel stayed completely tight-lipped and found excuses to explain why it was why he climbed with Zafnauer last week in his car. But I don't buy into that. I think there's more than meet the eye. But we'll see. Maybe also just waiting on the whole Renault complaint incident before making any announcement. So stay tuned, this is really a big topic. Spoke of Racing Point. It is possible that Sergio will be back this weekend. We are only waiting a negative test of COVID-19. He has completed the UK mandatory quarantine time, so he can be back around Formula One, but he will need to have a negative COVID-19 test. So we should have results late today or early tomorrow. And in the meantime, it is still Nico Hülkenberg who's taking part in interviews and who hopefully hope actually to be part of the race. It would be sad if he would not even get to race even one lap. But he did confirm that recently he had some talks with team principals and other people regarding a potential seat for next year. His goal is still to be in Formula One. If he's not sure where he's gonna go. But at the moment, what is that away? At the moment, yeah, Hülkenberg still having the seat at Racing Point until we got confirmation that Perez can race. I honestly hope that Hülkenberg could get at least one race just to show what he's worth, if he really adapted to the Racing Point. But if Perez is back, obviously that's also very good for the team. That's what we all want. We want to see the starting lineup and not the substitute lineup. On the substitute lineup topic, McLaren confirm who is their new reserve driver should they need one because of coronavirus, and it is none other than Paul Di Resta, ancient Formula One driver. He did race once with Williams in 2018 when Massa had to take a leave. So he has recent Formula One experience and he can still drive. He's ready to jump in the seat for McLaren should the need arise. For the moment, he does remain a commentator for Sky Sports, but it is pretty cool actually to know that this guy you see on TV tomorrow morning could get a call and yeah, hey, you're jumping in the car. So that's for the McLaren news. What else do we have? Ferrari, we can talk about them. They will be hoping to have another podium this weekend. It's going to be tough considering that they will have to run low downforce again. Leclerc did get lucky. He was helped for a while by Romain Grosjean, who was in 5th place and was just blocking everyone else. Because at the end of the race, Charles was getting, close to being passed by Daniel Ricciardo, finished 4th. So they will try to find pace again this week. Vettel will want to do better than he did. 10th place versus 3rd for his teammate. He can do better than that. And Renault, that's another team that will want to do good. Ricciardo close to a podium last week and also with all the circumstances, and actually convinced that the French team can be fighting for 3rd in the Constructors' Championship at the moment, after seeing that they can sometimes beat McLaren on some tracks, and that Racing Point was definitely not the super fast car that we were expecting at Silverstone last week. Hopefully they can improve, but Ricciardo optimistic that his Honey Badger can make it to a 3rd place in the constructor and not just fight for bits and pieces here and there. Same for Alfa Romeo, not fighting for 3rd, but Kimi Raikkonen also pretty convinced that this car has a lot of potential. They just need to find the sweet spot. He thinks that by the end of the season they could be fighting for Q3, and that it's only a matter of understanding the car and figuring out what is wrong at the moment. It's not only speed, it's the whole car, if we want to put it that way. Do we have something else? I mean, that's already a lot of news. On the Red Bull side, Max Verstappen kind of disheartened, if you can say, not disappointed, but disheartened that his car probably won't be fighting on top. Still staying positive, very happy that they're getting 2nd best at the moment, podiums and everything. But realistically, he knows that this car won't be better than the Mercedes. Still, they have to keep improving and keep fighting to stay on top of the Racing Point, which, like we've seen in Hungary, can be very, very fast and fighting for podium, fighting for 3rd and 4th, even in quali. So Max Verstappen not dreaming too much, but conscious that they still need to push. And it seems like that covers pretty much everything we have. Romain Grosjean, if we want to talk about Haas, he's still trying to defend his move from last week, who were reprimanded for being dangerous against Carlos Sainz. among others. And not much from Williams this week. They were good in the race. They will want to keep fighting. Both drivers hoping they can fight for Q2 again. So that's it for our pre-race show of the 70th Anniversary Grand Prix. Please like and subscribe, and even leave a comment. Tell me if you like this vlog, what you want me to improve, what else I could do, any topics you want me to talk about. I'm looking forward to hear from you, and I will see you again after the free practice session, so that we can just analyze it and have an idea of where everyone stands. Good day.